Hey, I was on eBay last week and I saw an N64, a Nintendo 64 for sale, and I thought, yeah, I should buy that. So I made an impulsive purchase and yeah, I bought it. I've pretty much had every Nintendo system that's ever came out from the moment I was little to now, but not the Nintendo 64. That was my dark era of gaming when I thought I was too cool for Nintendo and too cool for gaming. Yeah, I pretty much gave up on gaming totally at that time, and I sort of got back into it when Sony brought out their first PlayStation. When I remember these ads they had for Final Fantasy VII, and I saw them. I was watching South Park at the time, and they were running these ads for Final Fantasy VII, and I thought, wow, that's cool. Maybe I should buy a PlayStation. So I did back then, and yeah, I think Sony was smart. They were advertising the PlayStation for that age. They were realizing that these gamers who grew up playing NESs and SNESs and Sega, and yeah, they were now heading into adulthood, and they changed their marketing to target them, and it worked for me. I temporarily got back into gaming, but yeah, I was too cool for gaming. So I thought,
Teehee, we're cool.
No, they're not.
yeah, I gave up on gaming, and I eventually got back into gaming and came to accept my inner geek, and that's how that happened is another story for another time. But yeah, I really missed out on the whole Nintendo 64, which is a pity, because from what I hear there's lots of good games for it, and it was a classic era of games with some great games. I mean, some of the best games ever, and some of the worst. But yeah, it was a fun time that I missed out on until now. So I'm pretty excited. Not as excited as that kid, but I'm excited. And let's go open it. Okay, so it came with 8 games. The first one it came with was this, Pokemon Stadium. Never played a Pokemon game in my life. Pokemon became popular around the time that the N64 came out, and yeah, I was too cool for games, so I thought, so definitely wasn't playing Pokemon. Yeah, so I've never played a Pokemon game. I hear some of the original ones on the Game Boy are good JRPGs, but I don't know. Anyway, I have no idea what it's about. I guess it's about Pokemons fighting each other, and I'll find out. And cool. And the second game is Bomberman 64. I know Bomberman. I have played many different versions of Bomberman, and it's fun. It's a good multiplayer game. We'll see what this is like. Okay, next is GoldenEye 007. Usually games based off movies suck. That's generally the rule, and usually movies based off games suck, but apparently, I never played it, but apparently this is a really good game. It's a good FPS for the N64, and I've heard really good things about it, so that will be fun to play. Yeah, it was made by Rare, who, they made a lot of good games. They really helped Nintendo during this time. I mean, we had Battletoads on the original NES. Gosh, where do you start with Rare? They were great game developers. Donkey Kong Country on the Super NES. That was a great game, and yeah, I think a lot of the good games on the N64, from what I can gather, that weren't first-party games, were by Rare. Speaking of which, is the next game, Banjo-Kazooie. I have no idea what this is about. I think it's a 3D platformer, I guess. So it looks, I don't know, I'll find out. And more Rare, by Diddy Kong Racing. I have played this on a friend's I played this on an N64 emulator on a friend's original Xbox, and it wasn't very good emulation, so it was pretty slow, but it was a fun game still. I liked the Fire Mountain stage. That's great with 4 players, where you have to collect the eggs. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, just ignore me. And next up is another racing game. It's Mario Kart 64. I had played this on a friend's N64, one of the rare times I've played an N64 in the past, and yeah, it's a good game, but I don't think it's as good as the original Super Nintendo Mario Kart. I think that game just had it. This is good, but yeah, it's not as good. It's still fun. And next up is Super Mario 64. I have played this before in 1997 on a friend's N64 at the time when it was new. He said, "Come and check out this game. It's the latest Mario game. It's in 3D." And I thought, 3D. See, my favourite game ever is Super Mario Bros. 3. It's a 2D platformer. And so when I saw this, I thought, what have they done to Mario? They've turned him into just a generic 3D platformer, like Tomb Raider or Spyro. And I was wrong. See, all the other 3D platformers at the time were looking for this game to see how it was done. This was the genre-defining title that everyone looked to. And I've since played this again since then on the DS, on the DS version. This one, the remake for that. And it's good, but I find the controls on the DS with the stick a little hard to use. It's cumbersome. And I have downloaded it on the Virtual Console, and it's really fun there. So it'll be cool to have the original now and play it on the N64. You might wonder why I really want to play it on the N64 if I have it on the Virtual Console, but I guess I'm a bit of a purist, like a music fan who likes buying records, vinyl records, because they like to listen to the original. They think it's better. Yeah, I like playing it on the original hardware. Emulation's good and it has its purpose, but it's fun to play it as it was meant to be, with its original control pad, with its original hardware. And so, I have it now. Cool. And finally we come to the last game, number 8, which many people say is the best game ever. When lists are compiled online or in video game magazines, generally this game always gets number 1 spot. It is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this one. It's a gold box too, with a gold cartridge. I've never played this. I've heard of it. I've heard it's the greatest game ever, and I'll soon put that to the test. I'm a big fan of the Zelda series. I've played most of the games, but not this one. No, and obviously not Majora's Mask too, which I'll have to hunt down after I finish this. But yeah, this is exciting.